we do have positive energy flow coming from Saturn. Now we're going to start having more energy going direct. Now, Pluto is about to be direct later on this week, okay, which is going to make things a lot easier and make things feel so much better in that aspect, okay? But what's going on in Saturn, okay, Saturn, if you look right here, Saturn is in Aquarius. So notice this, we're stuck in air energy. Notice the theme, we're stuck in air energy. We're stuck in 11th house energy. So Saturn in Aquarius is still retrograde in this aspect. However, we do have a positive energy flow because even though you have all these emotional needs and wants going elsewhere, you are going to be rewarded. Okay, so Saturn does take and give, does both. So you have the ability to have good relations with these other people, to fix it, to work on a project or anything that has been happening. So even though you've been getting delays, even though things have been happening, it's a lot of emotional draining, required a lot of people. If you're doing something that requires like a group effort, it's gonna pay off right now. So I see a lot of that. Okay, so that pretty soon is gonna go direct and feel a lot better of the energy. So let's talk about something that's kind of been weighing us down, okay, in the background. Now, Chiron, I cannot wait for this planet to go direct personally for myself speaking. Now, Chiron is your wounded healer of spiritual wounds, physical wounds, wounds from your past, wounds that come up in the present to teach you a lesson. It's been a long 18 months since it's been retrograde of understanding lessons, and it's been in a sign of Aries. The lessons have been very personal. So regardless if you have any fire in your chart, as of right now, it's dealing with that air energy. It's at the 14th degree. Now, this is the energy that I don't want to, how can I word this best way? Let's just flow with it. The 14th degree, let's start teaching you guys a little bit of astrology. This is the Gemini degree. Again, air energy. Notice that we're stuck. We're stuck in this tornado per se of all this energy happening. It's going direct, and all of a sudden it's all over the place. Okay, so what is this causing? What is this causing to you personally? So if you are a Gemini, or if you have any kind of air quality, or even a fire sign, this is really playing on your mental health. Okay, so we have some people here, and also at the 18th degree, I see Taurus, I see Scorpios dealing with mental health, mental illness, that need mental health. Okay, so I just want to call out to these people. You're not alone. You are not alone. Okay, there's something that's been happening since your childhood. Okay, that's prevented you, that stopped you from doing things in your adult life, and everything that's happening, especially since 2019 and going back here forward. Now, this went retrograde after we've had a lot of impact of COVID. Okay, that's one theme that I've noticed, is that once, and I'm not going to get too much into it, but you know what I'm saying, once this hit 2021, things started shifting differently. A lot of people went inward. A lot of people were triggered by their childhood. A lot of people didn't know how, or didn't have different resources. You know what I'm saying. COVID had a huge impact of mental health for a lot of people. And now that things are a little bit lighter and a little bit different, the transition of change is prevented from having fun. Having fun, okay? It's in the 5th house. So today, if you feel suppressed, if you feel blocked out from your creativeness, from your creative powers, and there's a lot of the things from the past that's suppressing your childhood, suppressing you from now, okay? I'm here to tell you, this is a huge trine, okay, to the midheaven. Now, the midheaven is the ultimate goals and feelings and what's going on, and this is the transit of today. And as of right now, the astrology is transitioning. The midheaven is in Leo. So even though we have this suppression, even though we have all this mental illness, and we have this, and we do have support, remember, we're having support from our friends. Even though our friends are draining us, we've got to find the right support. And even though Saturn, even though the projects that we've been working on have been taking a lot from us, we're finally getting help. So take this opportunity flow to address things that are significant in your life that you want to change. Because right now, there's a huge opportunity flow in the universe to say no more. I want to be different. I want to make change. I want to break generational curses. I want to feel better overall. I want to change the chapter in my book. So if I'm talking to you, if you feel like this resonates to you, then maybe you're, you have Leo in your sign. You have some air energy here. You're understanding your past, and you understand that your past is not helping your future, right? Because it's not getting in a sense of better. Because there's so much of the mental airness that's helping that and let's face it, at the end of the day, you can get all the support that you need, but if you do not make the steps yourself, right? If you don't put self-care and self-love as a priority, people can only carry you so far. So this is a spiritual dimension. This is a spiritual dimension of a life path, okay? So life paths are huge. Now, we'll talk about numerology. I'm actually recording a video for you guys of your life path number and how you can calculate it and understand more about your life path number. So life path numbers is understanding where your path has taken you, okay, where your path started and where your path can take you. And you can open up branches within that path to lead to more significance of, benefit of abundance. All right. So this is a huge point of energy. Hi guys, absolutely. This is the astrology for today. This is no matter where you are at this point of time, this is what's in the air in the universe right now. So keep listening. Capricorns are definitely going through things. Aquarius, absolutely. A lot of air energy, a lot of Aquarius energy. So just keep listening. I'll address and tell you what each sign is actually going through, what and whatnot. So as of right now, we're having a huge fixed sign energy that's kind of going on there. So those Leo, the Scorpios, those Tauruses, the Aquarius are having huge significance in their spiritual path. Okay, big time energy. And this is all aspects that's just connecting to the sun, to what's happening in Libra season, just so you know. Now, Mercury went direct, and Mercury is in Virgo, and it's very comfortable here. Virgo is comfortable in Mercury energy. I mean, as comfortable as they can be. But here's the thing. It's at another critical point. We have so many critical energy, and again, we are stuck in air energy. Notice the theme here, my guys. Aquariuses, I'm giving you a big hug here, babies, because you need it. Fixed sign energy as well. Tauruses, Leo, Scorpio. So let's talk more, because Virgos are affected by this as well. And it's definitely coming down to your Chiron. And we'll talk about dreams, because baby, I've been dreaming like you won't believe. And if you follow my channel, I'll always tell you when to pay attention to your dreams, when they're actually honing in on real messages versus just letting your brain think. So we'll get to that. So let's talk about Mercury and Virgo, because we just went direct. We just transitioned signs. Mercury was in Libra, and now it's in Virgo. Now it's like, okay, I gave you the opportunity to weigh different decisions out. Now you got to make a choice. So all this quick thinking, all the things that's happening in this period is making us being very honest. So that's good. Communication is direct, and as a Virgo, sometimes when we're being direct, it doesn't come off as very nice. As you can notice when I'm in my teacher voice right now, as you can see, you know what I'm saying? But you get what I mean. So be careful how you express yourself. Oh my God, isn't that just Virgo energy in itself? Basically, a resting bitch face could actually transition through your Mercury. Do you have a resting Mercury bitch? That's the best way to put it. Meaning, are you standoffish? Are you keeping more to yourself? Are you then acting out versus on your emotions versus fact? Okay, so we have that kind of kicking off. It is true. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about it, if you're keeping thoughts and feelings to yourself, even though you're getting suppression, even though things are happening in yourself, you do that. And I'm here to help. So definitely hang on out. So Mercury with this Virgo-like energy is given this opportunity to make a schedule, to be honest, to get our shit going. But with all this direction comes with abrasiveness. So if your person has any kind of Virgo in their chart, especially Mercury, understand that they're frustrated, not with you, but their environment and things that's been happening, and it's aggressive. I'm just telling you, communication is coming off very, very aggressive. Look at all this red in between the middle here. And it's all because of communication. And because of communication and how we react is going to be what bounces off this energy. And we'll get to that. So understand that people are coming at you fast. That Mercury retrograde has been very frustrating for everybody. And now that the energy is clear, now that everybody's getting emails, now everybody's getting the work, all the red tape has kind of like been lifted, right? Things are on the go side. People are aggressive because they've been on the phone. They've been dealing with this for a while. So just take a deep breath and understand that you can be just as helpful, right? You take it like, I understand your frustration. Going back to those old customer service days. I understand your frustration. You're pissed. I get it. I would be just as mad as you. Let me do everything in my power to help you, okay? Without both of you guys losing control. So understand that any kind of communication, when you're networking, you're dealing, especially with negotiation, it's going to come off very aggressive. And it's nothing personal. I just want you to know that. All right. Let's talk about this huge opposition to Neptune. All right. So big stuff. So now we're talking about our dreams, okay? And the dreams and the wave of how they may be. So Neptune is in the 5th house, right up on here, if you can see it. It's a retrograde, and it's at a critical degree. So let me talk about Neptune. Neptune is home of Pisces. Neptune is in Pisces, and it is retrograde. So what's kind of happening here is sometimes Neptune helps you see the truth in a situation, and it also helps you see your own truth. Now, this is where I want you to pay attention if you haven't been paying attention before. Relationships, children, the relationships with other people, okay? It's a confusing time. So with this retrograde 5th house energy, you are going to be getting a sense of urgency, confusion, and loss. Okay, so why is this? Are these messages from the future? Not necessarily, because we're still dealing with the past. We're still dealing with mental health. We're still dealing with being triggered by our own feelings and confused by other people. So know that this pursuit, this energy that's kind of happening right now is being flourished in your dreams, making you aware of underlying issues that no longer serve you. So it's kind of a small tiptoe line to pay. So you're dreaming about so many things, like you're, again, dreaming about loss, ambition, things that are confusing, change. You're dealing with that. And if you're dreaming about it, it's making you aware of certain things that are not satisfying for you, okay? So it's talking about releasing to change, because what do we have happening in the background? Well, we have the Aries full moon kicking off this weekend. It's going to be huge. So be aware of your dreams, that it's telling you of some kind of underlying issue that's really bothering you. So if you're having dreams that are triggering, that's making you sad, that's making you feel delusion, that's making you feel disconnected from people, disconnected from life, that's making you feeling hardships from long-term commitments, understand that this confusing energy, the universe is saying, you got to work at it, babe. You got to talk about it. You got to reach for help, and it's okay to do it. So don't keep all this energy to yourself, bottled up into yourself, because notice this is in this 5th house. Now, what's home of 5th house? It's Mars energy as well, Leo energy. So self-expression. So people are not feeling as much self-expression, and if they are, it's coming in pretty hot, and it's coming pretty fast, and it's coming aggressive. So that's where that aggression is coming from. Okay? So we have that mix of that energy, big time. So let's talk about something here that is in the background that's causing a little bit of this mess. It's not necessarily a mess, but it's highlighted for sure. It's sneaky in the background. So let me tell you about the sneak in the background here. That could really be the flip of the coin of everything we do. We have Mars, the planet of drive, direction. All right. Now, Mars is comfortable in the 8th house. It is home of Aries and home of Scorpio, but it's in Gemini. It's tested. It is extremely hot and tested. It's oil and water. It's a lighter and gasoline next to each other. It's ready to pop. Okay. So that's why certain things that are happening are so triggering, draining, yet exciting, and underlining some certain issues and problems that might be happening. So let's talk about these issues and these problems that are going on. These are secrets. These are things that you're not admitting to yourself. These are things that you're not admitting about with your partner. And it's affecting your day-to-day plans. Okay? So let's talk about how Mars is affecting your dreams, because we just talked about that connection to dreams. And it is affecting Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, okay, Leos. Tauruses are really being haunted by their dreams right now. Capricorns are being affected by the response from other people. So there's an opportunity to slow down. Okay. So if these delays are still happening, and they'll kick off from Sunday to now to Wednesday. So from today, tomorrow, keep your head down low. Okay. Keep your head down low, because it will pass. It will be passed. But let me tell you here, people will be popping in your DMs. You will feel a heighten of, intimacy, sexual energy. I see that happening here because there's so much air. There's so much energy being flown around. Anything can happen necessarily. So as of myself, if you don't want to change certain drastic things of your future in a negative portion, making more delays, more frustrations, more confusions, be careful. Be careful to yourself. Now, if you've been hearing a lot of astrology about be careful about what you say during Mercury retrograde, it's really at the tail end of this, because now you have to make your bed and sleep in it, as they say. So slow down. If things happen and keeps delaying, it's okay. If you're dealing with mental health and mental illness, seek professional, advice. Go see a therapist. Go take a day off. It's okay. Talk to people that bring out that inspiration to you, that offer you solutions, that are not just going to listen to you be upset and cry and make you feel worse. Sometimes understanding that you are the problem, or understanding that you refuse to change. A lot of people are happy being sad. That sounds weird, doesn't it? It really does. But that's the thing. Chiron is pulling people down with this energy. It's offering a lot of support. It's offering a lot of things. It's fucking with our dreams. It's bringing things up to the surface. And Mars is saying we can do something about this, but the only person who's really going to do anything about it is when you admit to yourself that you need help with these situated issues and problems. So this is a short little frustration at the tail end of Mercury retrograde that some of you might be going through, that will eventually pass. Okay, and it will pass. You'll start to feel lighter, especially when Pluto goes direct. Now let's talk about Pluto, you little punk. Pluto, Capricorn energy. Man, it's been tough. Now, anything about Capricorn, it's earthbound energy. It's earth and sea, as I like to call it, because Capricorns are everything in a sense. And part of Pluto is a water planet, so we are dealing with grounding emotional changes. It's been tough. Besides just physical change, you got to take the emotional sense with you. So it's been very beneficial, and it's been hard. There's been a lot of change that's been happening to a lot of people. And eventually things are going to get better. Now, I see a lot of communication, Libra energy, so relationships are changing. Relationships are going through it, and they have been through it. It's been very critical. Some people have broken up. Some people have been broken up over a misunderstanding. So it's been a lot of demanding. There's been a heavy demand in relationships. I'm going to start doing more relationship readings, because the relationships is going to be heightened from now through the end of December going into January. So relationships will be tested. Embrace the positive side of Pluto. Eventually, Pluto will go direct this weekend, and it will give us an opportunity to explore and get in touch with the core purpose of our relationships and the relationships with ourselves. You can't forget that part. That portion is extremely, extremely important. So let's talk about one more thing. Let's see. I do see something here. We do have a opportunity flow happening in Jupiter in the 5th house. Okay, so we have another 5th house energy. Activities are going to be, presented to help, to explore, to share. Even though it's not going to be as easy as it means. Basically, you're going to be presented an opportunity. Please come join us for this, that. But you might not have a ride. It might not be at a time that works for you. But it's like, damn, if I can just get to this opportunity, if I can just get with these people, or if I could just get to that job interview, it would change my life. Again, opening up a new opportunity to change our life path. So understand that Jupiter is retrograde. It is like literally like just like, yo, can you catch this opportunity? And it's a roadmap. Jupiter's giving you an opportunity, but there's instructions. You got to go here, you got to go left, you got to go right. And it's frustrating because you're like, isn't this supposed to be easy? Aren't my attempts just am I just not supposed to just show up and it's supposed to happen? Now, it is going to be a little bit hard to do and it'd be a little bit balanced. Like I said, opportunities are going to be coming. You know how people say, well, it just wasn't meant to happen? Man, this got canceled, this happened, I guess just it wasn't meant to be. Sure, but not during a retrograde, especially not when there's a semi-square to Saturn. So there are opportunities for you. There are opportunities for you to come. There are just restrictions with it. So don't discount them, right? It's just going to take some creative flow because it's in the 5th house. Some creativity to get these opportunities. Well, thank you guys so much. I hope that you appreciate it. Please go live with me here Monday through Thursday on TikTok. If you missed any portion of this astrology reading, it's going to be on the replay on my YouTube channel. So check out the links. If you want to understand more of your natal chart or more about who you are,